Hello everyone, it's Mikolai. I'll be showing off my ArtStation Challenge environment. It's the Beaver Dam, which you can see in the distance right there. There are a couple of other submissions of this environment. The environment is based on some fantastic concept art. There have been other submissions using this concept art. However, my style, the style that I decided to go with is a little different. It's a little less stylized, although still relatively stylized. The environment was made in Unreal Engine 5, and well, let's get right to it. So this is like the beginning area. I've used some bird sound effects from a website which I have down in the description. And this is the sort of area where you can see the forest sort of ends, and there's all these tree stumps where the beavers were harvesting all of these trees to make their little village out of. Of course, I wanted to make sure that the dam is the main sort of the hero asset that you can see from any angle whilst facing the village. It is the star of the show. But yeah, let's get to it. So this is a little sort of valley area, so we're surrounded by mountains. We're greeted by the Beaver King statue. And this is this first sort of wheat farm area. Now the wheat you will see incorporated into things like sheets inside of the homes and some roofs. It's less of a food material and more of a building material. There's some food farms up north. I'll be showing those off. Now literally yesterday I was able to put in all these different flowers in because I felt the scene needed some additional color. And I'm very happy with how fast I was able to get those not only made but implemented. So if we go up here, we have the sort of the farmhouse, the farm hut, and the common sort of kitchen hut. I forget the technical name for it, but you can see there's cauldrons there for things like soup. There's some pottery around. This is where the farming beavers would all gather for the midday feast. And you can see the farmhouse for this field is over here. Now the wheels up on the dam itself, you can see they are indeed animated, which it wasn't very difficult, but I thought I would point it out. So collision is a little bit clunky. I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to be able to spend on the collision. That's something I would definitely refine more. But hopefully we won't have any problems. So first, the house to the left here, you can see it's the carpenter's house. You've got all these different statues that he's carving, a little stall here where you can purchase a little sculpture for yourself. If I maneuver the camera, you can see we've got little deer, birds and beavers. We've got the central statue area, got some living spaces over here and over there. We have the two crosses. This is a symbol I found on the concept art, I believe, and I thought it would be a fantastic sort of mark for the village itself. This is the identifier of the village. You can see it on the main beaver there. It's got the two X's on his chest. You can see it's a depiction of a fisherman beaver. He's fishing. The statues are inspired by sort of Viking Nordic wood carvings. Just as the houses are very sort of Scandinavian influence there. So we can go this way, but I'm going to go up north first. Now you can see all these rocks. They're not. They look a little like sandstone, but they're not. They're clay-based rocks. I wanted to sort of incorporate the building block that the dam is made out of, which is sort of clay, into the environment, so you can clearly see where the beavers have gotten their building materials. So this village isn't necessarily the one that sort of built the dam. That could have been done further up, or could have been with imported materials. This village below the dam is more using the water that the dam is pushing down this mountain. It's using the water to fertilize the fields. It's a farming village. So if we collision. If we come up here, you can probably hear the waterfall. That's the second and last sound effect that I've actually been able to put in. It gets louder as we come closer. You miss the particle effects and whatnot. You can see over there. I won't come too close, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. But yes, if you just go, frames dropping. Many particles. Definitely needs a little optimization, which isn't a problem. I don't mind optimizing. If I was to release this as a playable demo, I would definitely do a lot more optimization, some LOD refining. Anyhow, here we have the first radish farm. This is the primary food source that the beavers would use. And below, down there, you can see the second radish farm. Now we can go all the way down and round, or we're just gonna cheat a little over here. Just gonna try and up the river. There we go. Fantastic. So we have the second radish farm right here. The leaves are relatively low poly, so they're not too demanding on the processing. The most performance heavy asset is all the particle systems at the base of the dam. They definitely could use some optimization. Anyhow, we've made it over here, which is the dye bench. You can see that the pots are being painted with some natural dye. We have a cooking station over there. That's another sort of living island with another cookhouse in the center. That's less of a farmer's cookhouse and more of a sort of communal village folk food house. We've got some sort of minimal cultural divide between the townsfolk and the farmers. If we go over here, if we cross this bridge, we have the wood cutting section, where we have the main sort of woodcutter's house or storage area, and then we have some tents where the woodcutters would live. They wouldn't be permanent residents. They would be here sort of on commission. The village would call them in and they would start harvesting all the wood. We have a second area with slightly different trees. Those over there are pine trees, and you have here fir trees. You can see this area has also been harvested for building resources. And you can see that you can see that the wood cutting beavers would of course be less well off as the farmers, who would be less well off as the village sort of main, like the carpenter. I didn't want to lean too heavily into that. The society I'm trying to portray is pre-medieval. There's no metalwork of any kind. There are no smelteries, no smithies. You have clay, sticks, and wood. Even refined wood is limited to only a couple of structures. It's very, very difficult very expensive to be able to have your own house made of processed wood. You've got some ropes made of hay, but there's no metal at all. This is a pre-Bronze Age civilization that's already achieving such fantastic wonders, because beavers are, in our world, in the natural world, very resourceful, very creative. So I do hope that you've liked my interpretation. Um, I was very happy to be able to explain it better. And I hope you all have a lovely day, morning, or evening.